पूर्ण हे जे असतील ते सेशनचे म्हणजे पूर्ण सेमिस्टरचे.
Student, today we discuss about basic to advanced PowerPoint presentations, how to make it. Okay, I will share screen here.
Welcome to PowerPoint training. In this course, I will be showing you how to create, edit, 5 main
आता जर check
presentation
करा.
views. Let's go to the view ribbon,
Okay.
view tab in the ribbon. Here are 5 major views. Now, the first one is normal, and that's what we will be working in. But you can also click on the outline view. This is a text-only way of making the presentation. Over here to the left, you will be starting to add the text and your presentation will continue. The third is the slide sorter view. Here you will see all the slides if you have any. Let's say we go to the view tab and we go to the normal. I'll insert a couple of slides here. And if I go to slide sorter, I'll see all the slides and maybe we want to sort it over here like this and this. We can simply sort that. Nothing wrong with it. We can swap slides around. And in the later chapter, we will be seeing how do we do that. Then there is a notes page, which you can see speaker notes about each slide. If you have a slide, here will come the slide. Here we have the speaker notes. We can add the notes. We can remove it. And finally, we have the reading view. Over here, it's the full screen view. Not a slideshow, but it's a great way to review the presentation is in a nice full screen. To come out of reading view, you can simply click on different view on the status bar over here. We have status bar, slide sorter, or normal view. You can click on that, and I'll click on normal, which brings me back to where we were. In this case, it brought me back to default screen that we were already on. Now, in addition to the presentation views, we also have what's called the master views. The master views are where you can go and make universal changes to every slide in your presentation. We will be seeing how do we do that in the later course. But for now, let's understand that the slide master, if I click on that, it will show all the different slide options and how we can set or design our own slide master. Now we are in slide master contextual tab. And to come out of slide master, we can click on close slide master. Let me go back to view tab again. By default, all the slides are in color or grayscale group. By default, they are in color right now. But you can also click on grayscale to see your slides in grayscale view. This is a great way to preview how they're going to look if you are going to print them to save your ink. We can click on back to color view. Let's go back to view tab. The last thing is we want to decide whether we want to show the ruler or not. If we want, we can see the ruler or grid lines. Grid lines allows us to snap the elements onto the place, or the guides. Guides can help us move the elements onto the place, and it's a division of the slide or the canvas, what we call. So you see the canvas is divided here, and you can snap your elements to the grid, adjust them. Now you can turn any of these features on or off temporarily by simply clicking on this checkbox. Click it once, they'll appear. Click it twice, again, it will go away. Guides and rulers and grid lines are very helpful if you have trouble aligning your object. I'll keep them off for now. Let's go back to the home tab for now, and we will continue next chapter and the course for PowerPoint presentation. Welcome to PowerPoint training. In this course, I will be showing you how to create, edit, and share PowerPoint presentation. We will look at how do we build the presentation from the scratch or from the templates. We will also explore how do we add, edit different type of content such as text, photos, pictures, graphics, videos, animations, 3D models. We will also cover ways to enhance your presentation by adding the speaker notes and creating the presentation in different modes. I strongly recommend that if not now, please upgrade your PowerPoint or Microsoft Office to 365 to get full features included in this course. So we have a lot to cover. Let's get started. Before we start to talk about these slides and the content, let's go through the interface of Microsoft PowerPoint so you become at least familiar with the terminology and you know what I'm talking about and which button I'm referring to. Right up at the very top of the screen is called the Quick Access Toolbar. Now this contains the features that you use very frequently, such as you have save, undo. By the way, they are very helpful. You can add features to it. You can remove the features from it. Maybe you would like to add features. You can simply click on this pull down and maybe add some of the features or all of the features into it. Maybe I want to add spelling. To remove features, simply right click and remove from quick access toolbar. Every button in your ribbon is an eligible candidate of quick access toolbar. Let's add print, preview, and print. Now, if you have a file name saved already, you will see that file name here by default. If you have just opened PowerPoint, you would see presentation 1 or presentation 2, depending on which presentation you have already opened. Directly below the ribbon, the file menu system. We have the menu system. We have various tabs out here: Home tab, Insert tab, Design tab. These are tabs. They are followed by a group of icons. We see those 10 lines here dividing these ribbons into group of icons. Every group has a name written at the bottom. There are buttons in there. There are text in there. There are some of the options are also available here. The file menu system or the menu system is very extensive. We got so many tabs here, so many commands. We have a lot of features. Let's take a brief look at that. On the Home tab, we have features related to formatting options are there. Insert tab, in order to we want to insert some shapes, images, charts, or audio or video or equations. Design tab to change the themes. Transition is to show how the slide do the transition from one slide to another. Animations is about how the slide appears on the screen. Slideshow is about creating your slideshow and how you want to present. Record is about recording the presentation while you going through a runaround. Review is to check for various options, maybe spelling, or you want to translate this presentation into a different language for different audience. View is to different views of the work of the presentation. By default, we are in the normal view. We have different views here: outline, slide sorter, notes page, reading pane. We will cover all of them, and we can take some help. One of the tab is very different over here. Is called the File tab. I'll click on that. It will show you some of the new presentations or the templates or your recently used presentations. We don't have any, so we don't see anything. Let's click on back. Now let's move all the way to the very bottom of the screen. This is called the status bar. It tells you what slide you're currently on, how many slides are in there. It also tells you if there are any speaker notes, which theme you are using, any spelling errors, language which you're using, and accessibility options. So it provides very good options here. Out of far right, we have notes. If you have speaker notes, we can see them over here, or we can turn them off. To turn it on, we can click on that and we can start typing. Then we have the presentation view. We have normal view, which we will be seeing for throughout this course. We also have a slide sorter. Then we have a reading view and the slideshow. To the far right, we have the zoom slider, which helps us to zoom into the presentation or zoom out. Every time you press plus or minus, it's going to zoom in or zoom out by 10%. And to the far right, we have this reset button. So we can fit the slide onto the current window. You click on that, it will automatically fit to the default percentage, which is by default 113%. So we have a lot of options here on the ribbon. When you're working, they are very helpful when you're when you're on a particular task. And if you add any element on the presentation or on the slide, you would be seeing some contextual tabs to the right of help. They will appear or disappear when you are using the feature. Now we'll be going over how to do that, how to see that, and how to insert shape, pictures, and everything at the later point of time. But for now, you know how to get around the PowerPoint, and you know quite a bit about the PowerPoint presentation and the overview of the ribbon. And one last thing before we go. On the far right, just right to your name, we have ribbon display options. It basically depends. If you are presenting it on the biggest screen, you need more space, or you are trying to focus on the presentation, you can click on Show Tabs. By default, it's Show Tabs and Commands. So if I click on that, I get a more view on that. My zoom also increased to 123%. But if I want to focus on everything, then other than the presentation, we have Auto Hide ribbon. Click on that, everything just goes away. We only have the presentation here. To the far right, we have the 3 buttons, which is called ellipsis. If I want to add a feature quickly and then stay in the full screen, I click on that feature, I do whatever I want to, and then I click outside, it will go away. To bring back those tabs and commands, click on ribbon display option, click on show tabs and commands, we are back to where we were. Most of the time, when you're working open a presentation or working on a presentation, what you're looking at is called the normal view. That is pane of slides displayed vertical over here to the left, and the current selected slide to the right in the center of the screen on a larger display. This is what we are looking at now, and it's the primary or the default way of the PowerPoint. If you need a different view for these thumbnails, I can hover my mouse over to the line separating the two and drag it to the right to make these thumbnails bigger or smaller. So we can simply drag it, make it smaller, make it larger, or make it smaller. So we can certainly do that. Nothing wrong with it. If I want to have a smaller view, we can certainly adjust that. We can also zoom in or zoom out the presentation. If you want, we can certainly do that over here with these buttons here. Now, there are certain views in PowerPoint presentation which we can use. So there are 5 main presentation views. Let's go to the view ribbon, view tab in the ribbon. Here are 5 major views. Now, the first one is normal, and that's what we will be working in. But you can also click on the outline view. This is a text-only way of making the presentation. Over here to the left, you will be starting to add the text and your presentation will continue. The third is the slide sorter view. Here you will see all the slides if you have any. Let's say we go to the view tab and we go to the normal. I'll insert a couple of slides here. And if I go to slide sorter, I'll see all the slides, and maybe we want to sort it over here like this and this. We can simply sort that. Nothing wrong with it. We can swap slides around. And in the later chapter, we will be seeing how do we do that. Then there is a notes page, which you can see speaker notes about each slide. If you have a slide, here we will link up the slide. Here we have the speaker notes. We can add the notes, we can move it. And finally, we have the reading view. Over here, it's the full screen view. Not a slideshow, but it's a great way to review the presentation is in a nice full screen. To come out of reading view, you can simply click on different view on the status bar over here. We have status bar, slide sorter, or normal view. You can click on that, and I'll click on normal, which brings me back to where we were. Now, in this case, it brought me back to default screen that we were already on. Now, in addition to the presentation views, we also have what's called the master views. The master views are where you can go and make universal changes to every slide in your presentation. We will be seeing how do we do that in the later course. But for now, let's understand that the slide master, if I click on that, it will show all the different slide options and how we can set or design our own slide master. Now we are in slide master contextual tab, and to come out of slide master, we can click on close slide master. Let me go back to view tab again. By default, all the slides are in color or grayscale group. By default, they are in color right now. But you can also click on grayscale to see your slides in grayscale view. This is a great way to preview how they're going to look if you are going to print them to save your ink. We can click on back to color view. Let's go back to view tab. The last thing is we want to decide whether we want to show the ruler or not. If we want, we can see the ruler or grid lines. Grid lines allows us to snap the elements onto the place, or the guides. Guides can help us move the elements onto the place, and it's a division of the slide or the canvas, what we call. So you see the canvas is divided here, and you can snap your elements to the grid, adjust them. Now you can turn any of these features on or off temporarily by simply clicking on this checkbox. Click it once, they'll appear. Click it twice, again, it will go away. Guides and rulers and grid lines are very helpful if you have trouble aligning your object. I'll keep them off for now. Let's go back to the home tab for now, and we will continue next chapter and the course for PowerPoint presentation. Microsoft provide online cloud storage free. So if you do not have one, I would suggest you get OneDrive for your computer. So you can save your presentations directly onto the OneDrive. If you are an Office 365 user, you get free OneDrive account with that, an additional 1 TB worth of storage, which is a lot for presentations. To connect your OneDrive account, click on the file and then click on account. And over here in the bottom connected services, my account is already connected, so I don't need to do that. But you can simply click on add a service and you can click on add an account or a Microsoft account or a Store OneDrive account, storage account or a OneDrive account. You can certainly do that. Nothing wrong with it. You click on it, it will open the OneDrive sign-in page. You can add your email address and you can sign into your OneDrive account. And then all the presentations that you will save will automatically get saved onto OneDrive, and you will never lose a track of your presentations. And you can access them from anywhere on the planet. That's a great benefit for saving your files on OneDrive, that you're able to access your presentation from anywhere, not just the computer you created them. My OneDrive is already connected, so I'll simply cancel it and click back. I'm back to where we were. To work with the presentation, I would like to make sure that you know right from the beginning. Now, we will be creating a blank presentation. We will add something to it so we can work on it perhaps later. Now to start, we have this PowerPoint clicked on and it's open, and once it's open, it will be on a blank page. Now from here, we can simply go to the file menu system and we see new. We can add new templates or themes here, which we'll be covering later. But right now, I would like to create a blank presentation. So I'll start with creating a blank presentation. That is the first option over here. And as soon as I click it, I'm quickly brought down to this screen here where we have a slide and a placeholder text. You see these gray boxes here. These are called placeholder texts. These gray boxes, gray squares around this text is a placeholder. This is a PowerPoint way of letting you quickly add contents to the slide. Now to start editing the text directly, click on this box here. The text, click to add title, it will disappear, and you will be left with only a blinking cursor. You can type in what you want here. Let's type in over here. Let's create a presentation for the Heritage Hotel. So we'll type in Heritage Hotel. And once you're done, you can simply click outside. And you can see the placeholder text or the box disappears, and we are left with only the word Heritage Hotel. And you can see at the top left corner on the navigation pane how these slides are going to look like. And over here we see the click to add subtitle, a gray box or a placeholder. You don't see that over here because once you preview it, this is the preview of what your slide is going to look like. Now this is not going to appear in the final presentation even if you leave it aside. You don't need to delete that at all. But let's select it and let's put in the text here. Board of Directors Guide. And you click outside. And once you click inside in the Heritage Hotel, if you press enter, it will take you to the next line, which we really don't want to go. And we can come back, we click outside, and we are on the Heritage Hotel Board of Director Guide. Let's add one more slide. I'm going to add a new slide by clicking on the new slide at the top here. And I'll click on this pull down and I'll add title and content slide. This is going to give me an additional slide here with a placeholder of title and content. You see a bullet point over here. I'm going to click on the box here, click to add title. I will be typing in our locations. And when I click outside, the box disappears and I'm left with the second placeholder here. Click to add subtitle. Now we'll be typing in some location addresses over here. And we'll be typing in maybe, let's say, Hong Kong. And these are just random generated hotel and random locations here that I'm putting in. Let's add a couple of more. We got a big canvas here. Paris, Tokyo. And we are done. When we are done, we can simply click outside and we are good to go. Now we have made some changes in the presentation. We have started to work on it, and we want to continue work on it perhaps later. To save your presentation, we can click on the file menu system over here at the very top, and we go to save as or save. So save as is the order of business, and then we can decide where we would like to save it. And depending upon your computer environment, you can decide where you would like to save this presentation. The best will be to save the presentation on OneDrive, but I will choose to save it on my computer here. So I'll simply click on Heritage Hotel. I'm going to click on save, and we are done here. Now that we have saved the presentation, I can simply go back and close this presentation or open it where I've saved, and I can continue work on my presentation. Sometimes this plain or boring canvas can be overwhelming. We would like to put in some colors. We want to get rid of this white background. We just have a white background with some text on it. It's not very pleasing. For this, PowerPoint gives us themes. Now, themes are ready-made presentation designs with pre-built graphics, borders, and fonts. Now, themes don't contain any content, but they have the content placeholder. Now, to create a presentation using a theme, we go to the File menu system, and over here, we click on New. We have New, and at the far right, you see More Themes. You click on More Themes, and over here we have a lot of themes available to us, and we can pick up any theme that we like. How about this one, Organic Design? Let's pick up this one and click on Create. Now we have this entire template available to us. Now we have all these content placeholder, and information already included in it. Now this is a template, so we can simply put in our numbers here, and we are good to go. We can certainly do that. All we need to do is just simply replace the text with the text that we want. And it gives you a quick start in creating a template, creating a presentation. All you need to do is just simply put in the numbers here, change the pictures, and we are good to go. Or we can simply start with creating some themes. If I go to click on themes here, it will search for different themes online. We see different themes over here, and we can pick up any of the theme that is available to us that looks good to us. How about this one, Retrospect? And once we click on Retrospect, it also shows us different color combinations. You see, we see different color combinations, and we can pick and choose whatever makes us happy. Or we can also have the option to change these colors here. I'll pick up one of these color here. How about this one? And we can also see some more images about this presentation. How this layout will look like. Over here, how about this one? Let's click on Create, and now we have a nice little border at the bottom here. We have elements, but no content. But a template that you saw gave us pre-made design theme with the content built right into it. So we click on this title here. We'll type in our title, Heritage Hotel, and the subtitle will be Board of Directors Guide. We have our first slide ready, and we have a nice looking picture here. We have a nice looking canvas here. It's time to save the slide. Now I can see what are the different layouts of the theme here by clicking on the new slide, and the pull down I can see how this is going to look like. Let's put in our locations again, and I'll put in our locations, and over here we'll type in the location. We'll pick the locations from here. We'll simply select all, copy them, and over here we can simply paste them as a text, and we select all of them and put some bullet points next to them. I have reopened my blank presentation again that we created in the beginning. Now I've added one extra slide here, arrival information. Now it's never too late to apply to a theme. Let's say you have not started with the theme or a template, for example. Let's keep template aside, but you have not started with the theme. Now you want to apply a theme. You have started the blank presentation. Now you want to apply a color or a theme. Now you can apply theme not just to one slide, but entire presentation. Or you can also choose to have every slide a different theme. We will see examples of both. Now to do that, to apply a theme, let's go to the design tab. And over here, we got a big bar here called themes. In order to apply themes, we can simply hover my mouse over it. And I can see without even clicking how this is going to look like. And let's say I've selected this retrospect. I'll stick to that one. And I can also click on this pull down to see all the 20 themes that are available. And even before I select anything, I can just hover my mouse and I can see how this is going to look like, along with different color schemes. So maybe I'll pick up this retrospect. This is orange. I'll pick up my red color. How about this one? Like this. And over in the right, we have a designer navigation pane, which shows us different design options available to us. We will not get into that right now. We'll check that later. So you see, the theme is applied to all the slides that we had. And we can also change some color option. Let's say I don't like these color option. The Heritage Hotel is golden, in a golden theme, let's say. So I would like to change some color variants. So in the variants group on the ribbon, click on this pull down. We can decide which color scheme we want. And even before we select, we can just hover over it and we can see how this is going to look like. Because the hotel color theme is golden, so I'll pick up something very closer to that. Or if you want, you can also customize the colors here. And you can see how this is going to look like when you customize these colors. There's text background. I'll not get into that right now, but I'll simply pick up the some of the color, or maybe a yellow color. That looks good. Or how about this one? So I'll pick up this color here and we can decide later. So if I come back here, I can see all the slides of the same theme. But maybe sometime I would like to have a different theme applied to some other slide. So we have our slide here, over here, our locations. I would like to apply a different theme onto that. To apply a different theme, let's say I pick up any theme over here. How about this Berlin? So this looks good. So I click on this Berlin. Instead of clicking on this Berlin, now if I click on this Berlin, it will apply to all the slides. I literally don't want to do that. Let me undo that. Thank God we have an undo capability. I'm back to where we are. What I would like to do instead, right click on this Berlin and click on apply to selected slide. Click on that. That theme is applied to just one slide. I'm going to select the slide and come back to preview later. But I can pick up the themes here. I can change the colors here. I can see what colors are available, and I'll pick up something which is matching very closer to our options here. How about this one? Yellow, orange. I'll pick up the same one. How about this one? So it is matching what we want. So over in this chapter, we saw how we can apply the themes to all the slides or just one slide. And if I want to create a new slide, and if I go to new slide option here, I now have two options here. I can create a retrospect slide, or I can create a slide from the Berlin theme. If I have more, I'll have all the options. Now, if I want to create a title and content slide from Berlin theme, it will appear like this. Or from the retrospect, it will come like this. Whichever slide you selected and what theme is applied on that slide. Let's say this presently I have a slide selected from retrospect. So if I click on new slide, a retrospect theme will show first. If I click on Berlin slide and click on this new slide, Berlin will come first. So it depends on whichever slide you are on, what theme is it, it will show that first. Right now we don't need this Berlin theme. I'll simply delete it. We are back to where we are. You can easily add footer such as copyright or the word confidential to the bottom of your slide. Now, if you're printing the handouts, which we'll check later, you can also add header on that, such as presentation title. Now, to add footer, simply click on Insert tab, and in the text group, we have an option, header and footer. Click on that. It will open header and footer dialog box. In the slide tab, we have an option, include on slide. And over in the right box at the top, you see the preview, how this is going to look like. And if you click on date and time, you see this is going to appear at the bottom right, bottom left corner over here, which is dark now. And if you click on update automatically, it's going to, every time you open the presentation, it will show you the current time and date, or current date. Or you can also show the fixed date here, like that. Let's say today is 27th May 2023. You can choose to update automatically, or you can have a fixed date, maybe the date when the presentation was created. You can also add slide number. If you click on this checkbox, keep an eye here how this is going to look like. And this is here, the slide number will come. If you want to add footer, you can click on footer and type in whatever text you want. Maybe I would like to type in confidential, or I can type in maybe confidential, copyright, or we can do something like this, copyright, right? 2023, Heritage Hotel. Now, as you could imagine or guessed, you have already guessed, this is going to appear at the bottom of these slides. And you can choose to click on apply onto this slide only, or you can also apply to all the slides in the presentation. I'll choose to click on apply to all. You'll see this footer has been applied to all the slides over here in the first slide and in the second slide, wherever it is required, and in the third slide. Let's go back to header and footer. And maybe I don't want to show this on the title slide. This is a title slide. I don't need to show this over here. If I click on that checkbox, don't show on title slide, it will not appear on the title slide, but the rest of the slides. Click apply to all. Over here, it just disappeared. And on the rest of the slides, it will still be there. Because it's a different theme, you'll have footer applied on a different location. If I click on this header and footer, you'll see how this is going to look like on this theme. Depending on the theme you're using, the footer location would change. Now, there are built-in themes that can give you a good head start, but you can actually fine-tune them even more. Now, you can change the colors on a very granular level, or slightly altering them to match maybe your company's theme or company's logo. You can even change the font, or you can do all sort of changes here. You can do it manually on each slide, or if you want to apply to all the slides or change the base design of your theme, we can certainly do that with the help of Slide Master. Now, there is a Slide Master for each theme you have applied in your presentation. Right now, we have two different themes here, so we will have two Slide Masters here. So to view the Slide Master, we click on the View tab. In the View tab, we have in the Master's View, Slide Master. If I click on Slide Master, over here, we see big options here. Now, it is a Master View slide and for retrospect. And over here at the bottom, we have Slide Master number 2 for Berlin theme. And if you hover over your mouse over all these slides, you will see which slide is using that template or layout. Now, this slide layout, if I hover my mouse, it says that this slide layout is used by one slide. It says Slide Master used 1 and 3rd slide. So first and third slide are being taking this. If I go to Berlin slide, and it says Berlin Slide Master used by slide number 2. And over here, it would say slide used by slide 2. second slide is using it. Now it will tell us quickly which slide is using that, and we may want to change the options or the colors here. Now the colors or the themes or the fonts that we change here will be applied to the entire slide or the entire theme. Now let's say we have this slide here. We want to change, maybe this black is too much black. We want to change this. So we go to color option here. We see we want to change this and only this color, we can do that. Or if we go to the home tab, we don't have these options available. They're all grayed out. Because it's a shape, I go to shape and we can use a shape fill maybe. How about this one? Maybe I can pick up any of these color here. How about this one? Let's say I'll pick up this, or I'll match, or I'll pick up from the other options here. Let's say about this one. And let's go back here and go to shape format, shape fill. And these are the standard color. I'll pick up this one, or let's say I'll pick up this one. Right. So because it's a white text, I'll have a dark background here. So when we are done, we can simply close the master view to come out of it. Or we can also change the fonts. We can make these fonts bigger or smaller if we want to. We can go to shape format or home tab. Because it's a text, we can reduce the text size. How about this one? I think this is better. And then we go back to view tab and close, go to slide master view. It's on the left side and we can close the master view to come out of it. And over here, you see that the color scheme, color theme has changed, the color have changed. And if I click on new slide, you'll see that the title and content, if I create a new one, it will have the same colors. Only for this particular slide, not for others one. So everything else is black. So you see how we can change the colors or the themes or the fonts, not to just one slide, but to all the slides using slide master. So it's updated our changes, and if you click on new slide, you can see the new layout has taken effect. So it's very easy to change the look and feel of all your slide all at once by using slide master. There are a few ways to add the slides in the PowerPoint. Now we have already covered one of the way in the previous chapter. We can go onto the home tab and then click on new slide. We can certainly do that. If I hover my mouse over the new slide, it shows me the shortcut Control M. Now if I click on new slide, it will copy the previous layout. It will simply copy the previous layout that I selected. If I select this slide and press Control M or new slide, it will take the same layout. Let's undo that. I don't want that. But there is another way to create a new slide. And we click on this pull down, and over here we can see all the layouts. So maybe you want to create a layout. So I'm going to create a new slide. Maybe how about this slide, title and content slide. Now we have created this slide, but later I have decided, okay, I don't need this layout. I would like to change this layout. So with the slide selected, in the slides group, click on layout, the pull down, and you can decide to change the layout as well. I would like to maybe pick up content with caption here. So I select that layout. Immediately you see that new layout has been selected. Now I'm going to add the rooms information over here. How about rooms information or featured rooms? And for the text, I already have the text written down here. So I'll pick up this text over here, copy that, and I'll make sure that we paste it as text only. And we make sure also there are no spelling errors. We will cover that also in the later chapter. And over here, I'll simply press enter. Right. Now we have this room information over here. Now the text may look here and there, so we can select entire text, and maybe if I go to justify the paragraph, this will look much better. Now we have this slide here. We have all the text written here. Now we can also choose to add a picture. So to add a picture over here, we can simply click on the insert tab and add a picture over there. Or I can simply click on this picture with the computer icon, which means that you're going to add a picture. So maybe we want to add a picture, maybe guest room 1. Or in order to add more rooms, here is the designer tab, which shows how this we can fix that. Or we can pick up any of the design over here. We can simply select it and maybe this is better. Or I'll simply undo that. We will check it later. Or in order to add more rooms, and with the same design, we can simply press Ctrl D to duplicate. It will also add the slide. So simply select the slide, press Ctrl D. It will add a duplicate slide. Now over here, I'll simply change the text here. Maybe this is a deluxe room. I'll simply select remove what's in there. I don't even need to remove what's in there. Simply overtype it. And over here, deluxe room, deluxe king. I'll select one more, superior king. And I'll select one more, family suite. And let's select one more, penthouse apartment. And we'll make sure we justify all these text. Over here, we simply select all the text and click on justify. It will ensure the text is aligned properly to the borders. And we have added 4 rooms here: standard, deluxe, superior king, family suite, and penthouse. Now it's time to ensure they should also look different. So what we can do, we can simply change. Instead of removing the picture, we can simply click on the insert tab or the picture format. We can simply change the picture from this device, and maybe how about this one? I'll pick up some of the picture, and over here, click on change picture, and I'll pick up this one or maybe this. Maybe this looks the same, but I'll simply select other picture. I hope you get the sense what we're going to do here. How about this one? And for the penthouse, I'll simply pick up the picture here, penthouse. So we have the designer tab automatically pops up and says, okay, you can use this one. But if you click at all the slides, the pictures are all consistent. So we will be covering more on that. But for now, we have added the slides. How do we add the slide? In order to delete a slide, you can simply select any slide, press delete key on the keyboard, it will simply go away. Or you can simply right click on the slide and you can also choose to delete the slide from there. So you have 2 options here to delete a slide. In order to have a duplicate slide, press Ctrl D, delete a slide, press delete key on the keyboard, or simply right click and delete the slide. So now we have added some more slides in there. Now it's time to save. Although it's auto saving, it's good to click on save or press Ctrl S, and we are back to where we are. Our presentation has really started to take some shape. I have added some pictures, we have changed some layouts, I have added some more slides. Now, I haven't done anything fancy, I've just added the content and layout. You may decide after reviewing these slides that you don't like some of them are laid out. You don't have to delete or recreate the content. You can simply change the layout right here in the place. Let's say we are on this arrival info slide. Now, there is some basic bullet points should be there, but we can change this layout. Maybe this is quite boring slide right now. We don't like this slide. We want to change this slide right now. We want to add some pictures out there. Maybe we want to change this slide at all. So with the slide selected, we go to the home tab, and in the layout, we can simply select maybe what layout we want. And even before we can select, and we can simply hover my mouse over it, click on it. It says to content. So maybe I want a to content layout. Click on that. How about this one? The first content is already there. So we got another content. Maybe this looks good. How about let's check out some more slide options here over title and content. Would that be okay? Let's check out how about companion, side by side comparison, or content with caption. Is this good? So we have a lot of options to pick and choose what we want. How about this one? Maybe I want the other one, comparison. I think I'll stick to this one, to content layout. I think this is better, or maybe I will change it to caption with this one. I think this is better here. And we can put this text in this over here, and we can have a picture over here. So we'll simply cut it, and I'll simply paste it over here and paste as a text. So we have all this information over here. Or maybe we want to undo that, we can simply undo these options that we have selected with the slide. Maybe we want to undo a couple of times, and we are back to where we were. How about this one? Or we can change it to content and layout, or content to content, or content with caption. Or we can rename as well. Maybe we can select picture with caption. How about this one? This looks a little good, but little off right now. So we may have a picture, but arrival information is, we are not able to read that. So maybe I'm like, this is much better than. And I've got the arrival information over here already. So I think this is much better in this case. So I'll stick to this one. And over time, maybe while working on the slide or the changing the slide, you might think that, okay, you might accidentally click on this box and maybe drag it right or left, or maybe altogether moved it, changed it. So this placeholder has been changed. Now, in order to fix this problem, we can simply reset the placeholder. So what we can do, we can simply select the placeholder, and then in the slides group, we click on reset. It will reset the entire placeholder for you. And immediately you be back where you were. So you can immediately change the click on reset, and it will all automatically get reset. Now, maybe we have this layout here, and we want to apply, or we want to create our own layout and to use it in the future for the slides. So we can create our own layout in the slide master. So to go to slide master, let's click on the view tab, and in the master's view, we have slide master. Now we see both the slide masters here for the retrospect and the Berlin theme. Let's click on one of the slide master here, and let's say I would like to add one more layout. We have all the layouts here, but maybe I'm not happy with these layouts. I would like to create my own layout. So what we can do, we can simply, with the placeholder selected or with this light selected, I can click on insert layout. Or we can also insert our own slide master. We can start from the scratch, create our own layouts from the beginning. Let's click on insert layout. I have insert layout already inserted here. A duplicate copy of it. Now it says current layout, not used by any slide. We can choose to add some placeholders. So I click on content, text, picture, chart, whatever you want, you can add the placeholder over here, but I'll stick to content. And with this cursor or thin plus, we can drag and choose where we want the content layout to be seen. So over here, we can click on that and leave the mouse, and I see the content layout. You might see, okay, you might have seen this layout somewhere over here and over here. And because this is my layout, we can decide how we want to take a look at that, how we want to create it. We can decide to delete it, or we can decide to change the text option here. I go to Home tab. Maybe I would like to keep it center and text direction in the middle, and increase some font size. How about this one? And maybe italic. So we have all kind of options here we can do. Or maybe you want to change the fonts, we can also certainly do that. Nothing wrong with it. Now, because this is our layout, we have a lot of slogans here. Maybe I want to add some more slogans. So we want to create a layout for the slogans. So, and I would like to make sure that we have this slogan layout here. So we can also add a name to our layout. So if I right click and click on rename layout, there's a default name, custom layout. So we can remove what's in there. We don't even have to remove. We can simply start typing in slogan and click on rename. Now maybe this will be our slogan layout. And to come out of it, simply go back to the slide master. And we can use this layout to all the slogans or testimonials, wherever we want, we can use this layout. Go to slide master, click on close master view. And we are back to where we were. Now, I have this slogan slide over here, Now, if I click on the Home tab and in the layout, you'll see I have my own slogan layout here. And I can click on that to apply this. And over here, we have this slogan layout. Maybe I would like to make it text bigger, a little bigger. So I can simply increase the font size over here and change the font color as well, or the fonts as well. Calibri, italic, maybe we want to do that. Let's just keep it that way. So we have seen how we can create our own layouts, and if I create a new layout or a new slide based on the slogan, it will automatically have this. And I can add slogan here, and I can add the text from here. Maybe I can simply copy this and paste it over here. And I want to make sure I paste it as a text. So it keeps all the properties here. So luxury of being yourself, I'll bring it back over here to the slogan, and I'll simply right click and delete, or simply press the delete key to remove the old one. So we have this layout. We see how do we edit the layout or create our own layouts.
Okay. Student, today we have stopped here. Okay. You can left from live sessions.